So I realized I haven't made a video in a minute. And it's not because I want to stop making these videos. It's really because I needed a minute to recuperate and to gather myself. This semester, although it was incredibly fun, uh, was very draining. The thing about college, especially your first semester of college when you don't know what you're getting into, it drains you of pretty much everything. Uh, it drains you of energy, drains you of money, it drains your time, it drains your money, it it drains your money. Like, I needed a minute to sit back and look at what I needed to do to finish this semester strong. And after I did that, came home from break, uh, slept, enjoyed time with my family, and then tonight I watched the Golden Globe Awards, which is basically the gathering of all the greatest art in cinema and television. And more importantly, it was the gathering of black excellence in cinema and television from 2016. Tonight, I had the pleasure of seeing Donald Glover, someone who I've been following since middle school, win two Golden Globes for both the categories he was nominated for.
Possible. My dad used to tell me every day, like, you can do anything you want. And I remember thinking, like, as a kid in first grade, like, you're lying to me. But now I do stuff, and he's like, I didn't think that was possible, so.
Watching the Golden Globes tonight really showed hard work, dedication, and all around drive paying off in the best way possible. You know, got recognition, you got your name imprinted on history, and you can see how your work affected millions of people. And to me, that's very eye-opening because that's what I want to be. I want to be a filmmaker. That's the whole reason why I have a YouTube channel. I'm trying to make videos as often as possible so I can practice my craft and hopefully one day be the best. And thinking of that process, I really got a very interesting preview of my journey from predominantly white school to a black college to wherever the future takes me. And really, this whole semester has just been a great way to trace my progress. I came from being homeschooled in Atlanta, Georgia, probably one of the most boring experiences of my life, to being in an active, vibrant community of people who look and act and think like me. Something that I grew up with, but not to the degree that I experienced at Morehouse. I got to experience things that I never would be able to experience at PWI. And really, it's been just the greatest honor ever. I've gotten the opportunity to sit in the same room as civil rights leaders, actors and actresses, singers, performers, and most importantly, the future leaders and entertainers of my generation. Being at HBCU has really taught me things that I don't think I would have learned anywhere else. Like, for example, I know every word to Finito and Dreams and Nightmares and Down for My Niggas like the back of my hand. Because when you go to a school like Morehouse or Spelman or Clark or any HBCU, that's a song you're going to hear pretty much at every function or every day of your life. I joined my freshman hall stroll team, which was in and itself an amazing experience. We spent what seemed weeks on end practicing these long and complicated steps and strolls and dances, and all the while we were building a brotherhood that seems unbreakable. What's happening tonight?
We turning up, to be honest.
To be honest, tonight is the annual freshman stroll off, and we're gonna go off.
It's an annual Hubert Hall victory.
Yeah.
We gonna be fired?
Hell yeah. What?
So we gonna be fired, Ace?
Of course.
You know, and because of stroll, I was able to walk around campus with more confidence. I was able to socialize more because strolling really opens up a lot of opportunities to get to know people in the AUC. And it even helped me learn how to maybe snatch a soul. Emphasis on maybe. And really, it just helped me build an even stronger bond with the people who live in my hall.
We get up and we got 8 counts. Please do not forget that, because I know when we get up, we be on 4 ready to saunter. I need the camera right now, B.
Need the camera right now, B.
That's what we fucking doing. We about to go on stage. Just be prepared for the fucking crowd.
Malcolm, man. Tell them what's up, man.
They ain't ready. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And not ready. And then some dessert afterwards. We just eat. We finna be obese.
Southern serve.
Let them know.
We starving right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Everybody eats.
To be honest, B. Everybody eats, B.
This is a great thing about going to school at an HBCU, specifically in the Atlanta University Center, or the AUC, is that people come from all over the world to study at Clark Atlanta, or the top HBCU in the country, not on a hilltop, or the only school of its kind, Morehouse. And when you bring together all these people from all over the world, it really creates just an amazing melting pot of talent and art and just culture in general. One of my favorite things this semester was seeing how the election affected my college's community. A lot of people assumed that Hillary Clinton was going to win, but when I saw how my college reacted, and when I saw how they were debate nights when Hillary Clinton was slamming Donald Trump with her answers, how she was winning each debate flawlessly, and how we were filled with hope with how Hillary Clinton will run this country. And then we saw election night.
What's today, Mom?
Tuesday,
Also known as?
the day after Monday,
Also known as?
the day before Wednesday.
It's election day. And we are here trying to cast our vote and make our voice matter.
Yes, because I don't want to move to Canada.
We could move back to Bermuda, though. That's always an option.
Listen, depending on the outcome of tonight, I will be looking for a country in which to expatriate. I've done it before, I'll do it again.
It's 46 degrees out here. I would just like to stress that I'm here specifically for the I voted Georgia sticker. I just want the peach sticker.
Who does that?
Me. You raised me. So I voted for the first time today. I feel as if that's the most adult thing I've done in my life so far. I feel as if I actually did something. Hopefully it'll pay off. Anything stick?
Hopefully it'll pay off. Hopefully in 12 hours, 12 to 16 hours, the nightmare will be over.
Oh man. And hopefully in like the next 12 hours we won't have to hear anything about tape recordings, hot mics,
It don't matter.
emails.
Doesn't matter.
Exactly. Like
It won't matter. I just don't want. I just can't imagine like people voting for that man based on what he says, not based on investigations and leaks, but based on words that have come out of his mouth. How could we elect this man as the leader of our country? I don't get it.
it's a mystery.
I don't get it.
232 electoral votes for Donald Trump. It is that close. We are close to having him as president.
This is scary. This is legitimately scary.
My fellow students were scared. They were confused. They didn't know how this could happen. They didn't know what was going to happen. They didn't know what they could do about it. And to see how they came together the very next day and wanted to have a discussion and just to see what they could do to make the next 4 years prosperous no matter what was very eye-opening. At the end of the day, the AUC is one big family, and they should always come together in times of curiosity or upset, and they need to talk. And watching the presidential election really opened my eyes to the fact that no matter what, the AUC is always willing to come together and try and fix the world and try and fix what they see as broken. Okay, on a less serious note though, you get to see a preview of the greatness that is in the AUC, specifically the class of Morehouse's class of 2020. No matter what 2019 and above wants to say about us, like, we really are great, and you can see that in the way we act, in what we do, in the way we carry ourselves. You know, there are people in my class who are determined to be great, and they're doing whatever they can to do that now. Some people are trying to start their music careers right now. Other people are constantly uploading videos of them dancing and going off and just being positive in the community and online, and just showing that they're having fun while doing what they love. And then there are other people who you can see being involved in their community, being involved in the AUC community in general, no matter what they do, whether it's always showing up to class in a suit. That sets an image of what you want to be and what kind of person you want to be. Or always volunteering to speak it publicly, or to be the go-to person for someone who, say, needs an art piece done. And then there's the community of artists that are always showing off. This semester, Huber Hall had a haunted house, and it was put together completely by students. And my good friend Xavier Hale actually directed it. He was the person responsible for setting up every theme of the floor. He was responsible for getting everyone's costumes together. He was basically responsible for setting up an interactive movie. And it was an amazing experience. We made a good amount of money. We had people actually coming out, actually scared.
It was pretty scary. I wish we could have done the first floor, but I did scream several times.
It was okay. She was clinging on to me the entire time.
I don't
but
like
it was a lot
houses.
of fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun.
We also have the community of poets in the AUC and rappers in the AUC. This semester, actually, it's hard to go anywhere in the AUC and not hear spoken word or poetry. Like, if you're at Chick-fil-A at like 9:30 at night and the line is long, someone's gonna stand up on a chair and break into some spoken word or freestyle because they're bored or because they have something on their mind that they want to say. It's really beautiful. And then there's the idea that Morehouse actually feeds into people's dreams. First, for the Spout House homecoming, Young Thug showed up for a concert, and a couple weeks earlier there was a Hump Wednesday where there was a contest for student rappers, and they will perform on Hump Wednesday, and whoever was the most loved, whoever received the most love, was going to be able to perform right before Young Thug came out on stage. And that's really when you got to see a lot of these underground poets or these wannabe music producers come out and put their craft on and display their craft for everyone to see. And that takes a lot of risk, because in the AUC they're pretty vicious. You know, if you're terrible, they will take out your keys and shake them until you get off the stage. And it's a very funny thing to see, but to see these people come on stage and perform original songs is very inspiring, because a lot of these people are hustling to be where they want to be. A lot of these people want to be the next rapper. They want to be the next big rapper. They want to be the next big dancer. They want to be the next big filmmaker. They want to be the next big senator. They want to be just the next big anything. And in the AUC, there's never a shortage of people hustling for what they want in life. And you will always see that, and you will always have to respect that. I also got the ability to meet a lot of celebrities, or just very important people. I met Jesse Jackson. Something I thought that would never happen just was out of the blue, because one day my art teacher said, Jesse Jackson is on campus. You guys can leave class to go see him, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And then another time, Tyra Banks showed up, and she's tried to freestyle, and I really don't even know if she failed or not, because she wasn't terrible, but she wasn't like amazing. But I still love Tyra Banks. So like I'm not gonna speak ill of her anymore because I don't think I'm allowed to.
She gonna give y'all a freestyle. Everybody get your phones out right now. Get your phones out right now.
TBZ in the house. TBZ in the smelly house. TBZ not quiet like a mouse. TB, everybody get loud. Woo! It's time to vote.
Carrie Hilson showed up, and she was just gorgeous. I don't even know what else to say. It was just an amazing day. And the thing is that the AUC is such a great place because it's a hub for not only students, but influential people who want to see the next generation of influential people. That's why there's always going to be a celebrity at Morehouse or Spelman or Clark, because they're trying to influence the next generation of greatness. The showrunner for Luke Cage series, who I've talked about here on before, I got to meet him and I got to see a preview of the Luke Cage series, which is an amazing series. And he came up to me and my friend Xavier, and he basically told us that we have the potential to be just as great as him, if not greater. And it was just such a surreal moment, because I'd never thought ever in my life that I'd be able to talk to the creator of one of my favorite TV shows, and he'd tell me that I have the ability to do better than he did. All in all, this was a great semester. I've seen things that are wild. I've seen amazing set shows. I've seen amazing performances. I've seen people almost get kicked out for making videos of them dancing. Like, coming to an HBCU has really opened the door for possibilities I never would have thought were possible if I went to a PWI or if I went anywhere else. Besides Morehouse, my college list was very short. I was the kind of person who thought, I'd probably go to a state school, or I'd probably go to a small Christian college, in Alabama. But something in me, and also my parents, pushed me to go to a community where people not only look like you, people not only want to see you succeed, but they don't limit you. They push you to be the very best, and they push you to break boundaries. And so, in conclusion, I thought I should come up with some goals for second semester and beyond for Morehouse. I have to work on time management, because I'm never going to sleep in the library again. That's an experience that you really should only do once and never again. I have to be more involved. And by being more involved, I don't mean I gotta go to all the pageants or I have to go to more parties or anything like that. I actually have to take time and see where in the AUC community people actually need me, or I could really improve. And I need to spend more time there and actually work to improve my skills and help to improve the community around me. Also, I need to make more videos. I don't mean just vlogs. I need to make a variety of videos that capture not just the AUC lifestyle, but also just the Black lifestyle, or just the Black experience, or just an experience in general. And I have to learn how to tell a story better. I feel as if the videos I've made in the past they're good, they're fine, but they don't tell a coherent story as much as I want them to. And I have to get better at that. Also, I need to interact with more people who have similar interests like me. In the AUC, there are a lot of people who make videos and a lot of people who make vlogs. And just in the HBCU culture in general, vlogging is a very popular thing. A good friend of mine, Anthony Felder, who also has a YouTube channel, made an entire thread of vlogs and vloggers at HBCUs, not just at Morehouse, not just at Spelman, but just all over the country. Like, vloggers at HBCUs are very popular. And to think that there are so many people that do what I do, but I haven't interacted with them as much as I should, really bothers me. And in the AUC, you can't, or in the world in general, you can't prosper just by working alone. You have to work with people who have similar interests so you can build on each other's skill and you can learn from each other. And finally, I have to keep the finish line in my sights at all times. For me, the finish line is what I want to be and what I want for myself by the time I graduate college. And I have to ask myself every time I do something, especially take on a project or do some form of work, is, will this help me propel myself across the finish line and become the ultimate person I want to be, which is a creative Morehouse man who can make whatever movies he wants because he has resources and imagination to do so. And so I think what I need to do is keep that in mind. So I think what I have to do is make sure that the finish line is always in sight, and whatever I'm doing will always speed me there and not reverse me back. You know that scene in Lord of the Rings Return of the King where Frodo wakes up in Rivendell and he's greeted by the Fellowship of the Ring because he destroyed the Ring of Power and men prevailed over Sauron? I think that's what second semester is setting up to be. I think the second semester of my freshman year is going to be an incline to that scene where Frodo wakes up in bed and realizes that he's a success. One day, I think I'm going to wake up and realize that I'm a success. And it's going to be a great day. And I'm very excited to see how my time at Morehouse is going to propel me to be in that bed in Rivendell where Frodo wakes up. I really have to stop with these nerdy references. But yeah, that's what this is gonna be. It's gonna be a great experience, and I'm excited for it. But I have to stop almost getting killed by security guards in cars first. Like, it's big on my list.
That's the name, swear to God, that's mean. Cause the sky blue and I'm taking off. Real nigga can't fake it all. Real nigga, real hustler, get a small stake and they'll make it tall. 100 niggas on the side of me, they'll kill some, they'll make it fall. No legend, he taking over, understand, don't play it all. Sky blue and I'm taking off. Real nigga can't fake it all. Real nigga, real hustler, get a small stake and they'll make it tall.